Hi guys, this is just going to be a short video on how to find your line and follow your line in a vocal score, or in a choral score more specifically. So let's jump right into it. Alright, so looking at this piece, we have this huge block right here, right? And then we have another huge block right here, and you'll have different blocks as you continue through the piece. These blocks are called systems, but for explanation's sake, I'm going to call them apartment buildings, okay? So looking at our apartment building, we have different floors, right? Each part has its own floor. So the soprano soloist has its own floor. Same with the soprano, alto, tenor, bass, and the piano. Now the reason the piano has two floors is because you have two hands, right? The right hand plays all the high notes, so that's the top floor, and the left hand plays all the low notes, and that's on the lower floor, right? So that's why we have two floors. And that's important to know because in choral music, we use the piano a lot, all right? So you'll see the piano part at the very bottom in almost all choral music. So going back to our apartment building, so we have our apartment building, which is called the system. We have our floors, which we're going to call vocal lines right now. And all of the floors in the apartment buildings have what inside them? They have rooms, right? So that's what these are called. These are rooms. So in the music world, we call these measures. Now you can see they're divided, or each room has its walls going all the way down like that. Now these are called bar lines. These lines that cut through the floors are called bar lines, and everything inside is called a measure or a room. You can call that. All right. So, rough overview, we have our apartment building, which is known as our system. We have our floors, which we'll call vocal lines, and we have our rooms, which are called measures. So, given that information, let's say I'm a tenor, all right? Now, I can mark my line all the way through, similar to what I did in this piece. So this piece I've obviously used before. I highlight my line all the way through the entire piece. And this will help me navigate through. So you can see it's very easy to see exactly which line is mine. All right, and sometimes you're lucky, you can see right here, or I can't zoom in, but sometimes you're lucky and it'll give you the initial of your part on each system or each apartment building. But you'll have other pieces like this one where it doesn't give you that. It'll give you the name at the first system, but it won't continue. So one way to figure your part out is to count from the top. So I know I'm the tenor, so I count 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm the fourth line from the top, and I just keep doing that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my line. So I can mark my line, or you can put a little star. So that way, when you're reading, let's say I'm reading. So I have to leave this apartment building, or I have to leave this system, and I have to go to the next one. So because I marked mine with a star, I know exactly which line is mine. All right? And that's just some basic information on how to navigate your choral score, how to find your line, and how to continue reading through your line. Many other things like dynamics and breath marks and all of these other fancy markings will come into light as you continue your musical journey. So I hope this helped out a lot, and happy music making.